published in the Smith Academy record in February 1905. When was written? When was A Fable for Festus written? It was written in 1905 and published in Smith Academy record. It was written as a school exercise when he was studying at Smith Academy. He published his 3 short stories in 1905. In the same year, he published 3 short stories also. In this way, you can say that in his childhood, he was starting poems, short stories and fables. Some short stories names are given here. The first is Boat's Ray, A Tale of a Whale, The Man Who Was King. These are the short stories of T.S. Eliot when he was in his childhood, when he was studying at Smith Academy. These got published in 1900. He was Eliot's literary mentor. Mentor means counselor, mentor means advisor. So Ezra Pound was so much important for the literary life of T.S. Eliot. Who got his poems published and aided him in receiving critical acclaim. Acclaim means praise. Critical, important phrase. Ezra Pound helped T.S. Eliot in getting popular, famous and well-known poet. Eliot's first major poem was The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock. This poem is so much important. Note this poem. This point is important for all the competitive exams. The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock was the first major poem of T.S. Eliot. It was published in Magazine of Verse, where the first major poem of T.S. Eliot was published. It was published in a Magazine of Verse. Ezra Pound persuaded the magazine editor to publish that poem. Ezra Pound, who was the teacher of T.S. Eliot, persuaded the magazine editor. He agreed to the magazine editor to publish that poem. Later, that poem was published separately as part of Eliot's first collection of poetries. But later on, this poem also published in the first collection of poetry by T.S. Eliot. And what was the name of the collection of poetry? The collection of poetry's name was Prufrock and Other Observations in 1947. Note this. In the collection, that's name was Prufrock and Other Observations in 1947. In this collection, his first major poem was published. From where? The first major poem of T.S. Eliot's title taken from The Love Song of Hardayal. The Love Song of Hardayal. It is written by Rudyard Kipling. Whose poem is this? The Love Song of Hardayal. This poem is of Rudyard Kipling. The poem's well-known opening lines are, and what are the opening lines? What are the important opening lines of this poem are given here. Be familiar with these lines. Let us go then, you and I, when the evening is spread out against the sky like a peasant ethered upon a table. These are the opening lines of the poem. His next major poem was The Wasteland. The Wasteland also was major poem of T.S. Eliot. It is considered as the second major poem of and popular, famous second major poem of T.S. Eliot, The Wasteland. It was published in the Criterion. The Wasteland was published in Criterion. And The Wasteland was dedicated to Ezra Pound and referred him as Il Miglior Fabbro. What was the meaning of Il Miglior fabbro. The meaning of these words are the better craftsman. But the poem was criticized. This poem got criticism because it is considered as obscure. Obscure means unclear, and complex. Complex means difficult. The poem, The Wasteland, considered as it is unclear and difficult. So much criticism also. To whom The Wasteland was dedicated? It was dedicated to his best friend Ezra Pound. The poem reflects the moral and spiritual decay in the post-World War in Europe. Much influenced, so much affected with the post-World War in Europe.